Hey everyone, it's Bonnie from Bad Witch Studio, and today I want to talk directly to those of you who are just starting out on your creative path. First off, congratulations, you picked an amazing path. But in this video, I want to give you 5 pieces of advice that I have learned throughout my creative career. So my first piece of advice is to figure out what inspires you. So this question can really be answered every way, and it's beautiful because nobody is going to have the exact same answer to this. Are you inspired by nature or architecture? Maybe it's cars, maybe it's people or animals. It's really an open-ended question that can be answered in any way. So for me, I am mainly inspired by nature, magic, and femininity. So these are 3 concepts that I try to blend into every piece that I'm creating. Another question with this is, what type of art are you inspired by? Do you really love sketching? Are you interested in Art Nouveau or abstract painting, maybe post-impressionism? There's really an endless world of art. And what I encourage you to do is make a list of the things that you love and the things that make you think, I wish I could create this. Because the answer is, you can create that. And then also look at a lot of different artists to figure out what type of style are you drawn to. So having these together will kind of help you set the stage for what you'll be creating in the future. My second tip is going to be learn through doing. So luckily, we live in an age of the internet where there are endless tutorials on places like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. There's so many options for free tutorials out there to help you get started in your practice and figure out the foundational pieces that you need to get started. Along with this, if you have the fundings for it, I definitely recommend signing up for Skillshare. It is a yearly membership that you pay for with just an endless amount of classes that you can take. Sometimes, if I'm really want to paint something, but I don't know what I want to do, I will go look for some of these tutorials just to kind of help myself get in the mindset of creating. Along with this is looking into your local art community. A lot of places will have different art classes that you can take. And this can be a really good way to kind of get face to face with some of these artists, and also meeting new people and meeting other artists in your area, which can really become a great resource and sense of community and friendship. My third piece of advice is to learn the basics. Now with this, I'm specifically talking about color theory. The most important one, in my opinion, is going to be learning value, which is the scale of light to dark. This is what makes elements look 3D. And if you want a more in-depth video about color theory, I already have one. It's going to be somewhere on this video. I recommend checking it out if you're just getting started. I talk about the basics of color theory, color harmony, and then color psychology. My fourth piece of advice is going to be utilizing the resources around you. So I've already talked about how the internet can be a resource for tutorials and step-by-steps of how to create something, but also, and I mentioned this before, looking into your local community. A lot of cities will have discount or free art shops. There's art swaps. So for us here in Chattanooga, we have the Association for Visual Arts, which literally exists just to help artists. So this has been a way for me to get gallery showings, discounts at other art places in town. They host classes in all different aspects of being an artist to kind of help. And it's really a great resource, not only as an artist, but for your community, because I've met a lot of wonderful people through this. So I recommend looking at your community and seeing what they have to offer for the arts. My fifth and final piece of advice is going to be, do not limit your creativity. Don't niche yourself down to the point where you can't explore other avenues, because through that exploration is how our art grows and thrives and prospers. We need to have that space to play, because that is where the real learning comes from. This is where we gather new ideas. And maybe it's something that you can implement into your current pieces and just watching them grow and thrive, which is a beautiful thing, I spent a long time just doing portraits and landscapes. And then one day I decided to blend those. And then I decided to add dried herbs to it. And then I started adding more mixed media elements. And now my most current piece has all of these different aspects to it that I love. And I found those through creative play. So even if you have a niche that you love, I encourage you to try different avenues or things that are kind of related to your niche, because you may be able to fuse that with your current practice and make something really beautiful. So I know this was a short one. That's it for now. Thank you so much for being here. And if you liked this video, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I also have a Ko-fi if you feel so kind as to donate something to me so that I can spend more time working on these videos and working on my art process. Well, thank you so much. Bye.